50 Cent Floyd Mayweather drama, to me, is really silly. Really silly than a motherfucker. Given the fact you got two successful, rich-ass black men online, social media and shit, doing silly shit, going back and forth at each other like they stuck in the hood, broke ratchet hoes on food stamps and shit, jealous of each other. So, and it's really not a good look on brothers that's trying to become successful and look up to them. I think they done lost sight of the fact that there's still people that look up to them. And then again, you know, we gotta recognize that mainstream, that Hollywood, all that shit got a big part to play in the nigga mind and the nigga's reactions and just the way a motherfucker live and think and the way he move. When you caught up in that and you basing your everyday life performance off of the energy that you're getting from certain people and from certain things that you are constantly a part of. So I just think that the shit is silly. You know, I think 50 Cent on some bully shit, which he always been. So it ain't like he not being himself. That's who he is. That's what he do. I just think it's silly of him to be doing that shit and bringing an unnecessary attention to yourself when supposedly you super rich as well as Floyd is. So, and then on the flip side, Floyd then threw different shit out there on the internet about other people and just putting y'all business out there. I just don't really come from that kind of era, so I never understand that. And if that's what today's generation is about, along with all the gay shit and all the gossiping and all the shit that's out here, right? If that's what this generation is really about, y'all ain't got to convince me about it or try to, hey, I'm cool with being old school. I'm good. Call me old school all day. I'm good with that. If it means abiding to this shit, a lot of this shit that's going on today. But at the same time, it's motherfuckers like me that when we see shit, we need to smash it. Instead of just allowing this shit to go on and allowing the general public to be fooled, lied to, deceived, and shitted on, really, by these motherfuckers that done took their money and became successful. When we as artists become successful, it wasn't us that put all them millions of dollars in our pockets. It's the fans. It's the people. You know, it's the motherfuckers that supported your shit. When you wasn't shit, the motherfuckers that stuck in there and wanted to hear your shit and told somebody else about your shit. And they heard it and they told somebody else. And so to come back after you've been successful and damn near shit on the public, that, to me, that's damn near a violation. But who's really in a position to step up and tell niggas that shit? Who's really motherfuckers that society or the media done already put on top of everybody else? Now, when them niggas get to acting silly, who really in a position to go say some shit? Or in a position to have a bunch of other motherfuckers listen to what they got to say? It's just like with the po-po. The police, they over us. They over every motherfucker in society. So when they get to tripping and being crooked and shit, who can really tell them something? Who can really go pull this motherfucker over and say, okay, I'm going to take it from here because you just as crooked as the motherfucker you chasing? Niggas ain't got that, you know, and motherfuckers really ain't even trying to have that kind of enforcement or that kind of power. Motherfuckers is just blind and going by what we see on fucking TV and listening to these niggas that so-called got the power and following they little routines and they little rants and they little shenanigans and shit, and motherfuckers is getting caught up in that shit. So, yeah, it needs to stop. They need to stop doing that childish ass shit and get on some real grown man shit. All that unnecessary shit on the media and all that ain't shit but motherfuckers getting us to be caught up in some dumb shit while they over here setting us up to motherfucking destroy us. Get our mind off what's really going on and concentrate on some shit that ain't even relevant. Some shit that don't even really mean shit. You know, motherfuckers is trying to stop other motherfuckers from eating and shit. You know, niggas is trying to, it's one thing to be competitive, true enough. You know, motherfuckers is, you know, it's professional sports, it's this, that, it's competitive, is what motherfuckers say, but and then I don't even understand now it's like cross genres in the professions. This nigga 50 Cent a rapper, and you spending your time disrespecting a nigga that's in a whole nother lane of sports than you. So how can we ever get to the big showdown? How can we won't see you and Floyd rapping against each other. We won't see you and Floyd in the ring boxing against each other. So for niggas to step out of their lanes into other niggas' lanes on some disrespectful shit, to me that's silly than a motherfucker. And all you doing is putting yourself out there to become a target for some little motherfucker that don't know you or Floyd or 50, but that's want to make a name for itself and just want to do something, just want to prove something. Unnecessary shit. Niggas don't need unnecessary enemies, man. But motherfuckers don't understand that. And if you peep game, you can always tell what niggas that was, when niggas did get that bread, what it did to them. Nigga, if you was a G, you was a G when you got it, before you got it, after you done had it, you done lost it, got it again, what, you gonna still be a G. If you was a fuck nigga, you gonna be that when you got it, after you got it, before you had it. It's just that when niggas get in a certain position or a certain little space, your shit is exposed a little more. And all motherfuckers gotta do is read between the lines. Cause niggas expose themselves. You give a motherfucker too much rope, he'll hang himself. So, motherfuckers need to get off that silly shit. Motherfuckers need to really get back to some conscience type shit. There's a lot of shit going on out here. Motherfuckers is getting killed in the street by the police and shit. And as far as we can go with it is posting that shit on Facebook or online and some shit and saying how fucked up it is. But really can't do nothing about the shit. And the niggas with all the money and the motherfuckers that we all look up to, they online making silly videos about each other and shit. Man, let me get off this shit. King's Corner, Mr. Mike, King Michael, y'all know what it is.